Hey minions, Jim here with a special announcement for the month of September. The current Smash Up coverage is twice a week, designed so that every faction gets minion and action coverage. If you've noticed, we're in the 70s now, and by the end of August all current factions will have coverage. So now what? I've known for a while what the next Crank It Up coverage will be for Smash Up, but looking at the calendar, it doesn't need to start until October, which begs the question of what to do in September. When I think about our viewers, I'm always amazed by the creativity of the community, and as many of you know, I am quite passionate about custom factions. Many people ask me for my advice on them, and it's really a great honor. So I wanted to celebrate those ideas with a month devoted entirely to custom factions and give viewers an opportunity to share some of their own. But there are some caveats. The beginning of September is always crazy at work because of our release schedule, and my wife and I always take vacation at the end of the month. I'll let you decide if that's a coincidence. And regarding my vacation, although I don't personally like their playstyle, I have very important business to discuss with the Polynesian Voyagers. So for this to happen, it will have to be a collaborative effort done in advance, which is why I'm setting some guidelines to make this as successful and as easy as possible. First, you'll need to send me a few things by August 9th. This may seem like a short time frame, but there isn't room on the schedule for everyone, and the deadline should work for those who have already created their factions. To be considered, you need to send me an email at crankituppodcast@gmail.com with custom faction month in the subject. I'll provide full instructions in the description below, but I need a few other things as well in that email, including the name of your faction, a brief description of their primary strategy, a textual list of all the cards and their abilities, as well as a list of images for the cards. The last part is the most important because making the images can be time-consuming and there really isn't slack in the schedule. It also completes one of the most difficult tasks up front and lets me know that you're serious. It's not about the unique artwork, it's really about laying out the text of the abilities and helping the video flow, so I don't really care what the artwork is as long as it's not offensive. If you have a cool faction that is unique, I'll contact you with further instructions. But there are some guidelines for all factions submitted. First, it has to be playable with the current comprehensive rulebook. No new keywords or rules revisions. Second, the factions have to be completely new, not reworks of existing factions or a modular minion swap that I presented in a faction factory. There's a place for those, but not this month. Next, the faction cannot be offensive or inappropriate in any way. This is a family-friendly channel, and I've seen some designs floating around that, in my opinion, are simply flagrantly offensive, and I'm not going to feature those. If there are duplicate themes, I'll choose the one that I find most interesting. I've seen about 4 different elemental factions. Also, for my content, I'm allowed to break my own rules, except for offensive stuff, because this is my idea and I said so. Regarding the faction itself, and this is a difficult point to make, don't worry about balance too much. There are times when I get asked for feedback on factions that end up breaking the game, have infinite loops, or are completely broken in terms of power. The obvious ones will get filtered out, but balance is a matter of perspective, and the truth is that I highly doubt anyone has commissioned a playtesting session to the extent that an official Smash Up faction gets, which is hundreds of games with about 100 players. On occasion, my own experiences don't always line up with the rest of the group, so balance is a difficult situation. That's why the emphasis is on clever ideas, with nothing hopefully too broken. It's a judgment call on my part, and I'm not really looking forward to it, but I don't want the pursuit of perfect balance, which I'm not even sure is possible, to be an impediment for you. We also have an international audience, and I love that, but I'm aware not everyone is a native speaker. I don't want that to be an impediment either, so submit your ideas anyway, and we can work together to create the video from my perspective. Given that the World Tour is concluding this month, I'd love to have entries from around the globe. It's only fitting. Just let me know what your preference is, whether you want to speak on your behalf, or if you aren't comfortable speaking, or if you want me to present it for you. The final 2 notes are extremely important. First, this is not an official submission of entry. This is not going to get your faction published. This is for fun and to highlight your creativity. Related to that, by sharing your faction, you are essentially agreeing to let others use it, and that's entirely the point. To share ideas, brainstorm as a group, and show off the depth of the game and its design space. For anything that I put up, I fully intend for people to be able to use it and have fun with it. That's why we're doing this. I'm really excited about this month, and I hope you are too. So to summarize, you'll need to contact me using the instructions in the description. And if I think your idea will work, I'll let you know, and we'll work together to feature your idea. If this proves successful, we can do it again in the future, but until then, best of luck to everyone. I can't believe I almost forgot. Submit one and only one faction. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's shut it down.